2 total clearances, 2 80s and a 70 have been the chief components of O'Sullivan's 5-3 lead. O'Sullivan will be going hard for this frame. If he resumes this evening 6-3 up, it's difficult to see him losing. 5-4 though, and Trump would certainly be in with a shout.
We did see in this year's World Championship final, Clive, didn't we? Mark Selby come back from, well, not an impossible position, but I think he was 10-5, 11-5 behind roughly at one stage. And he wasn't punishing O'Sullivan the first half of the match, but he is human. He's the same as any player. If you start punishing him, the pressure will go on him. So that's what Judd has to do. Just has to start taking these half chances.
And there's a special pressure if you start losing a very big lead. O'Sullivan decided to commit fully to the pot there. Could have done without cannoning the second red quite as thick, because this is one of those nasty cutbacks on the black.
Eight. Nine.
Once again, a considered approach from O'Sullivan when he's in the balls. Taking his time, thinking about every single shot he's playing here. Thinking about the pattern he wants to take them in. Once again, round he comes. Clear in his mind. I think an O'Sullivan of 10 or 15 years ago would have already played the red, in the left middle. It just shows you how much he's up for this.
O'Sullivan's mindset is that he not only wants to win, but he wants to win with peak performance. Many's the time I've heard him, after
22.
winning quite comfortably against good opposition, be scathingly self-critical.
He's his own biggest critic again there. walking round the table, taking his time. We have to just put a little trace of right hand side in this just to square up the pot.
23.
Just about okay here. Just drop the black in dead weight. I'm not sure the two reds together whether the top one will pass it. Well, the way he's looking, it obviously doesn't. So I have to top this through on and off the cushion maybe. Try and drop in between. Oh, this is genius. Little screw shot off the other red. Just
31.
pushes that one into the open as well.
$38. $39.
Into the bunch, and if this works out well, there would be every chance of 6-3.
Just a hint
46.
of a grimace on his face, but looks like he can get through to the right. Yeah, he's no project. He was just, I think he was just concerned about being too straight, but the pot's not a problem. May just have to settle for being low in the blue. Right. Hint of
47.
angle on it, could just force it through, so back in good position. Again, taking his time. He knows how vital this frame is, Clive, isn't it? A 6-3 lead, as you said earlier, it'd be difficult to see Judd winning from there. He can, of course, but in this form, hard to see anyone compete.
$52. $53.
Key shot in.
60.
Red colour red. That'll be 6-3.
61. $68. 69.
It is going to be 6-3. Trump recovered from O'Sullivan's initial onslaught
74.
when he went to 2-0 with
75.
breaks of 137 and 78. Trump equalised at 2-all.
81.
But it's certain now that
82.
O'Sullivan is going to take 4 of the last 5 frames of this afternoon session.
$89. 90. $95. 96.
O'Sullivan's third century of the afternoon, his second in consecutive frames.
104.
I'm running out of superlatives
107.
to describe O'Sullivan's performance.
109.
I shall have to send out for some more.
112.
Brilliant, superb,
116.
masterly, marvellous. All those.
121.
Like a ballroom dancer, Clive, and the table's his partner. And he's leading.
127.
So with back-to-back.
On to the next frame. Trump is at the table with no...
Excellent.
No, that's a good kiss. He deserves it.
6.
As you say, the red was brilliant, and the pink wasn't. The blue wasn't bad either.
Seven.
A bunch of very tightly grouped up here. He's going to try and go into them.
$14. 50.
'Lots of reverse side on that left-hand side. Cue ball fizzes up the table. Well, he can reach the red to the right corner if he wants it. Getting the rest out here. He's decent with the rest. Personally, don't think he's the best player in the game with the rest, but
20.
he's all right still. Well,
Foul.
aside from that,
Judd Trump 23. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
he's trying to get that cue ball across even further, wasn't he? Unlucky to go in off either way. He wouldn't have been on anything.
One.
$12 out of 16 long pots. O'Sullivan has sunk.
Goodness me, what a shot. I mean, the red was one thing, gliding that in.
8.
And that is how to break the reds open.
Black on spot, bunch open. Whenever that happens, you expect O'Sullivan to win the frame.
Just a little gentle cannon there. I understand why. To free the two reds up, he had plenty that he would be on anyway. Couldn't really go wrong.
16. Seventeen. $24. 25.
Early this week, I suggested that Trump was coming into his prime at the age of 25. I'm wondering now how long O'Sullivan's prime will last. And he's 39 next month.
32.
Yeah, for once, that wasn't one of his better shots. He should be okay. He didn't really want to be getting the extension on the cue on this shot and be using the rest awkwardly, so it wasn't clearly what he was hoping for. It's the nearest thing I can even find to a mistake, just a slight error of position.
He's holding the rest at an awkward angle. It's a bit of a stretch to reach it. He's got an extension on his cue.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you're leaning across with the rest of the right hander from that side of the table. Want to get the cue through straight. I think Ronnie knew that. That's why he put the length on the cue. Played it from the end of the table rather than the side.
Not one of his best.
No. 3 shots now in a row. He got the wrong side on the black on that previous awkward shot with the rest. Now this. And that's very unusual for Sullivan to break down when the balls are in open play. This time I think he has to play safe. Can't dig anything out here.
Well, I'm sure Trump was fearing the worst a few shots ago. But he is going to get back to the table.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 40.
played the pot in such a way that he was getting the cue ball back into baulk, but look where the Reds finished.
Yeah, he's a tiny bit unlucky. It was the cue ball, as you say, that he had control of, not the red. I don't know how many more chances Ronnie would need to win this frame. He's had one. Ended up playing the good safety shot that got Judd in that predicament. Played that well, actually. Nothing but right in behind the blue. It helps him a lot.
Six. Seven. 13. 14. 20.
Only needs a red and a colour now.
21. 28. 29.
At the conclusion of this frame, O'Sullivan will have won 4 in a row from 4-3.
35. 36.
How many frames? 11 we've played. His pot success 96%. And in live plays, hardly missed a ball. Occasionally he's missed 1 or 2 at the end of a frame
43.
early in the match.
45. 48. 52. 57. 63.
O'Sullivan made breaks of 40 and 70 in that frame. Trump get back into contention, but O'Sullivan is playing so well that it's going to be very difficult. Three total clearances and 5 more breaks of 70 plus have featured in O'Sullivan's performance. almost knocked that red into a possible position, but hasn't. O'Sullivan has outpointed Trump 1,015 to 346. Steve Trump on the left there with Mrs. Trump. They've seen their son in triumph and adversity, and this is adversity. Great shot.
One.
Yeah, they'd have liked it as well, Mrs. Trump there. It was beautiful cueing. His hand on the rail. That's as good as anything we've seen. That's a really good shot in position as well.
Five. Eleven.
But out of position.
Judd Trump. 11.
It's hard, isn't it?
One.
O'Sullivan is just amazing to middle pockets.
Yes, I'd say all pockets, but I take your point. A couple into there he's knocked in have been quite something. The one that won the first frame of the evening, the opening red, such a narrow angle. And that with the cue ball close to it.
8.
Now, for once he misjudged a
9.
cannon there. Thought he would hit the bunch, I think, a little fuller on. And now this next black will be really difficult. I don't think he can refuse it either. I mean, he leaves plenty if it doesn't go in. But in the jaws from there, this is tough. Missed it by a mile.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Not used to
9.
being in there, I suppose. He's normally right in behind the black, level.
Was bound to leave Trump that red if he missed the black.
Eight. Nine.
I'm sure Trump has no thought of winning at the moment, but all he can do is do his best in each frame and see what happens.
$14. 50.
'Yes, I mean, we can look at all these stats all day, but the bottom line is Trump is on 91% pot success, and we've played 11 and a half frames. And there are many matches that would be enough to win them.
23.
But he's getting beaten 8-3. So he's not playing badly. I won't have that said. He's played nicely overall, but he just run into unstoppable force, really. That didn't go in the middle of the pocket, which means position's not onto the red he wanted. He's got a reserve to the right middle.
30. $31. $34. $35.
Well, the black won't go. He's not on the pink as he would like.
If you want, or do you want to wait? Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. Yeah. Are you going out or staying there? Staying there. Okay.
Well, who would deny him that little nudge? It was
41.
completely out of his control. Only O'Sullivan, maybe, but nobody else would deny him that.
42.
Well, the pink was very thin, so he had to hit it pretty hard to get it to the pocket. And it was just as well that there was a red in baulk.
$47.
So from his second decent opportunity in this frame, it does look as if he's going to clinch it.
48.
50 in front, so it's just this blue.
$53. $54. $61. $62. $69. $70.
Enough balls left for a century.
It's a good effort, isn't it, this? We know that
75.
Ronnie had missed one. Black into corner pocket from the jaws.
77.
Judd must have been disappointed with the way the evening had gone, because he hadn't played badly. He'd got himself in the position to win the first frame of the night. A couple more disappointments on that score, but this has been a good break. Just demonstrating that he is in good form, and has been all week.
$84. $89.
Trump closing in on 300 centuries. His present total stands at 294.
95.
And with that welcome clearance of 100. Chance for Trump.
One. 6. Seven. 40.
The red still pots above the black. It's always a good one to get out of the way. Now it's very much in the open. I mean, he wanted to win this first mini session 3-1 at least. Trump, he's not going to do that, but to level it
22.
would mean winning this frame and then take 15 minutes off. So it still gives him hope, but he has to really win this one. There's no way back from 9-4. 8-5 is bad enough. First to 10. Didn't hit that one all that well. Pot didn't go cleanly. Now he's lower on the bunch. Yeah.
30.
Has to go into them. Not bad. Not
31.
completely in control. All due to the previous shot on the black. He's got to find a way of getting right back in from this. Yeah, pressure's mounting in this break now. Still got a red on, but it's getting harder by the shot.
38. 39. 46. 47.
Again, still not in complete control. Well, finally back now. Back with the cue ball where he wants it after about
54.
6 quite difficult little shots.
55.
We could well see back-to-back centuries from Trump here, following his 102 in the last frame.
$62. 63.
It's been a good break, as I say. Not inch perfect throughout, but very fluent.
68. 69.
O'Sullivan was 5 frames in front. That's going to be reduced to 3. But that's still not bad from his point of view, within 2 of the winning line.
76. 77. 84. 85.
This is good from Trump. The crowd has come to see both players play, and now they've seen that.
92.
Yes, he can make 1-4-3 here actually, if he stays on the black. Mightn't be easy to do that from the other red. Down the table, lovely century, back-to-backs. It's been a really terrific final this.
100. Judd Trump, 100.
Perhaps
Might fall victim to a good safety shot here because Trump has the red on the right side by the bulk line. That's the one he'll play safe from. Might try and get somewhere in, perhaps behind the pink. And he's even further behind the pink now, O'Sullivan, because played the double to nothing. Looks a nasty snooker to hit. The one cushion escape down the table into the side of the bunch isn't straightforward, with the red out on the right. That will be potable.
Into the back of the bunch. But not safe. That was a tough shot at that narrow angle. Caught that very thick.
Judd's got a shot here at red to the other side of the table. There it is. Well judged. Little stun run through, made it look simple. And amongst all the excitement of becoming 8-3 to 8-5, no points, or unanswered points of 211 in favour of Judd Trump.
9.
Of course, the intervals come in between that, which takes off the sting of it a little bit for O'Sullivan, but he's not been involved in the last couple of frames at all.
$16. 17.
This is just the sort of opportunity Trump was hoping for to maintain his momentum.
$24. 25. $32. 33. 38. $39.
Didn't get quite as high up the table from that as he wanted.
46.
Only hoping that a chance comes his way. It's going to have to happen soon. Trump is going well again.
47.
Wrong side of the blue, but enough of being the wrong side. In other words, not too straight. To the point he can go around the table through bulk. Should be a nice camera shot to show the problem he's faced with there. Decides to hold. But he's been knocking in these long ones, but they're still difficult.
52. $53.
I think the right-hand red of those three will pop into the same pocket as the black. That's handy. Didn't have to play a cannon.
60.
It's turning into another
61.
great session of snooker. This afternoon was good. Sullivan dominating, but Trump's playing well again.
$68.
Well, Trump's happy enough to clinch the frame, his third in succession. But it's
69.
also conceivable that he could complete a hat-trick of centuries. 102, 100, and now in play with 69, albeit facing a tricky pink.
Judd Trump, 69. And the frame.
O'Sullivan remains